5 easy steps to self-discipline, right? 5 easy steps. And yet when it comes to discipline, oh my gosh, the number of people who find it like so hard. In fact, when you think about the word discipline, right? For a lot of people, when you think about discipline, it conjures up images of, martial artists, being disciplined, or the military, right? Discipline, right? And these come forth as like, oh my gosh, it's so hard, it's so difficult to do. So let's do this. Let's do this, right? Let's have us create some ease in what is seemingly hard, right? This thing called discipline. So what are these 5 steps here, right? Number one, understand. Understand. What do I mean by understand? First of all, understand what is your purpose. Understand what are your gifts that you've been granted and graced with. Understand your goals. You see, I'm starting at a level because understand that we all have a purpose. There's a larger purpose in our life here. What is this reason that you've been put onto this earth for? And your purpose is unique for you. And to be living a purposeful life is to actually create the meaning in your life. So understand, what is your purpose, and from there you gotta understand what are your gifts. For me, my gift is writing. My gift is teaching. My gift is preaching, right? And I want to be doing as much of this stuff as possible. And all the other stuff, I either want to delegate them or I want to outsource them, right? So understand what is it that you've been graced with in your life in the form of, strengths and skills. In other words, your gifts. And then the third part of understanding is understand your goals. You see, your goals must be aligned with your purpose. A lot of people set goals, but it's not goals for themselves. It's goals that you see other people have, and you go like, "Oh, I want that too." Oh, that person has set that goal. Oh, I'm gonna go for that goal too. It's like climbing this ladder, right? We use that. We say, "Oh, we're gonna climb the corporate ladder," but people are climbing this ladder that's leaning against someone else's wall, right? And then you get to the top and go like, "I've come to the wrong place." Right? So you want to lean it against your wall of purpose, because then what's going to happen is that your goals become in harmony with one another, right? And you're not chasing something that was not really meant for you. And in fact, you're actually chasing or climbing up something with which you have a very strong, very powerful, meaningful emotional connection with. So that's number one with regards to discipline. Otherwise, it's going to be hard, right? If you're going to be chasing someone else's goals and doing it in a way that doesn't provide any meaning or for you, and that does not utilize your gifts, that's why it's so hard, right? There's no way you're going to be generating discipline in that. So that's number one. Step number one, understand. Number two, the next step is really about yourself. What do I mean by self? Well, first of all, you got to back yourself, right? Back yourself. Just so we are clear, right? I'm not saying back up. I'm saying you got to give yourself the backing that you desire. Give yourself the backing that you need. A lot of people give up on themselves before they even begin, right? They know that, oh, if I want to make this amount of money and grow my business this way, or if I want to have a healthy and a great looking body, there's going to be work that's going to be involved in that. And a lot of people give up on themselves before they even begin. They say things like, "Oh, I don't have the discipline. I can't do it. I'm a lazy bugger. I'm such a procrastinator." And then they already give up before even gotten off the start line. Don't do that. Don't do that. Back yourself, right? Set yourself up to take action. Back yourself to take those actions. And a big part of this self here is also a self-respect. A self-respect, right? The stuff that is hard. A lot of people give up because they go like, "Wow, I don't deserve this. I'm not the kind of person." No, respect yourself, love yourself, right? Because to love, let me tell you what love is. I just want to be clear here. I'm not talking about, "Oh, I love myself." No, I'm not trying that. Self-love. To love is to will the greater good for that person, right? You might want to write this down, right? To love is to will the greater good for that person. And so when I say self-love, I'm saying you're willing the greater good for yourself. You respect yourself to do that, and then you back yourself to do that, right? That's number two, right? By the way, we call this the 5 easy steps. It could be the five important secrets, right, for you to generate discipline in your life towards the goals that you want. So that number one, understand. Number two, self. Number three here, tiny small steps, my friends. Tiny small steps. Whatever it is, the discipline that you need to accomplish those massive, wonderful goals that you set for yourself, for you to be on purpose and living this mission that you set for yourself, is going to be a series of little things. Right? Mother Teresa once said, right? It says, and well, it might not be the exact word for word, but it was along the lines. She said, um, "In life, we can't do great things. We can only do small things with great love." You got that? And when we do those small things with great love, we accumulatively end up doing great things and having a great life or a life of greatness. And so, in the same way here, so we're doing all these little things, all these little small things with great love. Break it down, tiny little things. I, in my coaching experience, the thing that stops a lot of people dead in their tracks is, my clients and my coaches to say things like, but then what's going to happen then, kind of like down the road, but then, and down that, I'm going like, hey, that is like step number 75. Why are you worrying about step number 75 right now? Take step one. That's all you need to concern yourself with, right? And the coaching question that you could use for yourself is, what is my next actionable step? Right? What is my next actionable step? In fact, I might add another qualifier in there. What's my next actionable small step that I need to take? Just focus on that. And that's all you're doing. You're taking a little step, taking a little step. It's easier to take small steps than it is to take giant leaps. But understand this, giant leaps are made up of multiple small steps. So ask yourself that. What's my next actionable small steps? Break it down. Small, 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 tiny, tiny, tiny. And then the fourth thing here is, don't do it alone. Don't do it alone. Build a community of support. Now, I know it doesn't sound sexy. People come and go like, I want to learn how to build discipline. And you build a community of support. Like, it doesn't sound sexy. I'm not interested in what is sexy. I'm interested in what works. Right? And that's why, and I see this all the time, and I guarantee you, we have people who come on to our Way of the Champion, and they go like community support. They kind of look at all these other people on the journey, and they go like, well, he's got his own goals, she's got her own goals. What's it got to do with me? And then very quickly they realize, right, they're generating these wins, they're making the progress, they are moving forward because of that community of support. The quality of our lives is reflected in the quality of our relationships. Think about this, right? The best times you had, the lousiest time you had, the highs, the wins, the successes, the failures, the falls, and the failings, they all involve somebody else. So that's why the ingredient, the source, a big, big part of your success. If you want to develop discipline in your life, make sure you have a community of support. When you do it alone, you're in isolation. When you do it alone, it's lonely. And hey, you know what? When you do it alone, it's just no fun anyway, right? So, who's in your community of support? And fifth, at the end of each day, check in, check in. Self reflection is an essential practice. Self reflection is an essential skill of any leader, right? And if you want to be in self leadership, if you want to lead your life, if you want to lead teams, lead your family, lead your clients, you must engage yourself in the practice of daily self reflections, or at least weekly self reflections. What do I mean? Take an honest look in reviewing your day. How did you do? What worked? What didn't work? What is it that you want to keep doing because it's great, it works, it's awesome? What is it that maybe you need to stop doing because it's sabotaging you? What is it that maybe you need to change, to do a little bit differently? Take an honest look at yourself. This is a self-reflection. This is a self-examination. All right. So that's the 5 steps that will help you generate discipline in your life with greater ease. Okay, the secret sauce. Number 1, understand purpose, your gifts, your goals. Number 2, back yourself, respect yourself, right? Self-love. Number 3, there, take those tiny little small steps. Doesn't matter what's going to be happening tomorrow. Doesn't matter. Yeah, just the moment is now. The now is here right now. Focused on that. Number 4, do it with somebody else. Have a community. Who holds you accountable? Who are the people there who support you? Who are the people there who are going to challenge you? Right. And then 5, check in, check in, check in. Review your day, review your week, review your month, review your year. All right. So These are the five things, right? Implement one of these one at a time if you like to. If or not, you can take on all five of this. And I want to end with a distinction, right? Discipline, uh, the etymology, right? Root meaning words, the origin of words from the same root comes forth disciple, a disciple. What is discipleship all about? It's about learning. And in this case here, it's about learning about yourself, learning about your mission, learning about your action. Right. So with that, my name is Thaddeus Lawrence. Uh, Cultivate this discipleship, cultivate this discipline, and do it with greater flow, do it with greater ease in your life. Right? Why make things hard for yourself? Take care, and I'll see you the next time.